American versus European suburbs, and why American suburbs suck. Let's take a look. Willkommen. My name is Sean Huggins, and this is React with Hugs.
I want to see how he reacts when he thinks no one's watching.
I can't help it if he's weird.
He's American.
He's going crazy with that work.
Everybody reacts differently.
I think he's weird, but that's me.
He's American, you know.
Welcome to React with Hugs, and no comment of the day today because I have some very exciting, very quick announcements to make instead of the comment of the day. Number one, first and foremost, today is the 365th, the 1 year anniversary of uploading a reaction video on this channel. One a day, every day, for 1 year straight. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to celebrate such an accomplishment, I have some other stuff to show you guys. Bam! This is the new and improved madewithhugs.com. Let me turn my camera off so you can see it properly. Okay, bam! Madewithhugs.com. New and improved. If you go here, you can explore the entirety of the Huggyverse. So all the different channels that I have, and if you click on them, you can find out more details about it, what it's all about, all the different socials, and you can see here there will be shops for each channel coming soon with different merchandise for different themes and different channels and all kinds of fun and exciting stuff. You can also go to the store up here. Like I said, coming soon. I'm a one-man operation here, so I'm working as hard as I can and as fast as I can to get out merchandise and all kinds of cool, fun stuff and projects for you guys. But like I said, I'm a one-man operation, so it's taking a little bit longer than expected, but stay tuned, which leads me to my next announcement. Very excited about this. I've been getting questions and comments about this for a long time, and finally, we have our own Discord server. You can find the Discord all over madewithhugs.com, but I will also include it linked in the description. But definitely join the Discord. Like right now, it's just me and Issa in the Discord together, alone. And as fun as that is, please everybody join the Discord. I need more friends. Everybody join the Discord. Everybody join the Discord, please. But yeah, the Discord will be a place to meet other people in the community. Obviously, it's a place to centralize all the different YouTube channels and content that I make on the internet. Not just these reaction videos, but everything that I make. All future projects, future merch, future videos, future everything. Everything will be on the Discord for announcements of anything and everything. And also, more importantly, like I said, meeting people from this community and the other communities from the different things that I do on the internet and bringing everyone together so that you can explore the content that you like that I make, or maybe some other stuff, or maybe just meet some cool people. And last little announcement, I will link everything down in the description, including this, which is a new way for people to submit suggestions for content that you would like me to react to. So you can just fill out this form, paste the YouTube link or whatever in here, and you can send it to me that way. And I'm gonna test it out. I've never accepted recommendations from you guys until now, but we're gonna see if anyone is interested in sending me recommendations and how this system works and stuff. So yeah, lots of announcements, lots of exciting news. Thank you guys for all the support in the last 1 year of uploads. I can't believe the positive response that I've gotten so far. It's really cool to see, but this is just the beginning, so check out all the links in the description, get connected, and with that, let's finally hop into today's reaction. All right, so today we are here with Adam Something, which is a fun name, and he has American versus European suburbs and why US suburbs suck. I did a video similar to this a little bit ago, and you guys seem to really enjoy it and find it interesting, and I did too. So we're here again with a different video, same topic, and we're gonna see what Adam Something's perspective is on this. And as someone who has spent most of my life living in America and several years actually living in different locations in Europe, I feel like I can give a pretty good, unbiased opinion on what I think as well. So let's hop into it. Los geht's.
This is a typical American suburban street. It's wide, the houses are very far apart and look mostly the same. There is barely anything on the well-manicured lawns, post boxes, a few trees or bushes, and the occasional fire hydrant.
Yeah, okay. Let's pause it there. First of all, love the giant golf ball mailbox over here in the bottom right corner. Yeah, this is pretty typical for sure. Let's continue.
Now compare
So
this
far,
to a
so
suburb
good.
in Leipzig, Germany. What differences do you notice?
Okay. A lot closer together, a lot smaller gardens or yards, as we would say, a lot more apartments, a lot less single family houses and sidewalks because it's a lot closer together and stuff. So, yeah, definitely.
First off, there is stuff around you. The streetscape is very diverse and mentally engaging. In comparison, the American suburb looks like a desolate urban wasteland. Also, in the European suburb, the street is narrow, there is a 30 km/h speed limit, and the buildings are close together.
Yeah.
Do notice the tram tracks. In this suburb, you can live car-free. If you want to go to the center, you can either take the tram or ride your bike for 20 minutes on dedicated bike lanes.
Cool. Leipzig. Bike accessible.
Or take the S-Bahn because there's also a train station. In the American suburb, you have no option but to drive. Head out onto the busiest road, a horrifying mix of street and road, onto the jammed highway, and after an hour you'll be in the center, searching for a parking spot.
Yeah, not far off. A little bit exaggerated for comedic effect, but not too far off, yeah.
How about going to a restaurant? In the European suburb, there are dozens of different, unique, local restaurants reachable on foot, by bike, or public transit. In the American suburb, you're an hour walk away from a chain restaurant next to a busiest road. If you want to eat, you gotta get in your car.
Yeah. In a lot of cases, yeah, that is true in America.
What if you have children? In this European suburb, there are 3 schools close by. Kids can walk or bike there on their own and learn to be independent early on. In the American suburb, a child could get to school after 35 minutes of walking, mostly along a busy arterial road, also having to cross a 6-lane road. And somehow, there's no crosswalk, so kids have to be driven to school every day by mommy and daddy.
Or you take the bus.
This-
But yeah, usually kids either take the bus or their parents take them. Yeah, usually in most cases I would say kids don't live close enough to walk to school in America, for
The same
sure.
goes for sports. Over here, kids can take a 10-minute walk to the nearest sports field or a 3-minute bike ride on calm, safe streets on their own. In the US, it's a 40-minute march through a maze of streets partially along a major transit artery. Gotta get in the SUV and let mommy drive you to practice. This is where the term soccer mom originates from, by the way. People lament today's children for being overly dependent on their parents. But in such neighborhoods, children don't have a choice but to be dependent. Otherwise, they cannot go anywhere. They are stuck at home. In contrast,
Yeah, this is definitely a big problem in a lot of areas in America. It's definitely far from all of the suburbs in America, but it is common to have a situation like this, and that is not good for children because depending on where you live, you might not be able to walk to a place to go to your sports practice or whatever you got to go to school, stuff like that. And so then you rely on cars, you know?
in contrast, in European suburbs, kids can be let out safely to move around on their own, to go to places they want to, without the need for the mommy and daddy taxi service. Do note that yellow residential building on the left. That is a mid-rise. European suburbs tend to be a mixture of those and single or multi-family homes, like on this street.
Definitely a lot of multi-family homes.
Zoning in US suburbs only allows for single-family homes, and they are usually placed very far apart, leading to low density and long distances. This makes public transportation non-viable.
A lot of the times, yes, especially in very wealthy areas in America, you see neighborhoods like this, where it's very big houses, very big neighborhoods, very big yards, or gardens, as you would say. And yeah, that leads to being completely reliant on cars. That being said, that's not all the time. I grew up in a suburb kind of like this, but I could walk to like a park to play sports and stuff, but I couldn't walk to my school. I went to a school very far away, so I took the bus every day. So I grew up a little bit in between. I wasn't completely isolated from everybody and everything, but at the same time, if I wanted to get like a little sweet treat or a little drink, I would have to walk to a gas station, probably about a half a mile to a mile away. Not the end of the world, but definitely not super close, and that was definitely the only option within any bit of a reasonable walking distance. Although there was also an ice cream shop there, so actually it was pretty lit. But that's just because that's where my parents chose to buy their house 378 years ago when they bought their house, or however long ago it was. And obviously, that is not every single neighborhood in America. I just kind of got lucky, I guess. And then when I bought my own house in America, I bought my house in an area that is very walkable. It's basically the European style suburb style place, but it's in America, and I can walk to a bunch of different shops and restaurants and parks and entertainment and whatever, basically. And so that's very nice. So it's not every single suburb in America. Anyways, I'm rambling, but yeah, this type of suburb obviously sucks. Anyways, let's continue.
Non-viable. Over here in Europe, hundreds of people live within walking distance of this tram stop. In the US, if you put a tram stop here, you'd have a few dozen people living within walking distance. Meaning, even if you built public transit here, almost nobody would take it, because no matter how you build it, people would be too far away from it. If you're half an hour away on foot from the nearest tram stop, you'll take your car instead. And people do. So giant highways had to be built, rammed right into the city, usually demolishing non-white neighborhoods in the process. The end result was mass motorization all across America, constant traffic jams, noise and pollution, but not for the suburbanites. It was the urban dwellers, particularly those who were poor, who had to live near high traffic areas in cheap, low-quality housing. The suburbs also became a growth Ponzi scheme, where income from the suburbs couldn't cover future infrastructure overhauls, so the city had to expand and sell new properties constantly to get enough money to maintain what they already have. Not just bikes did a great video about this, link in the description. The suburbs and car-centric development were useful political tools in the 1950s to enforce a Christian conservative, white nationalist hierarchy within American society.
What the damn hell? That escalated quickly. God damn. Okay, I don't know enough about suburbs being a Ponzi scheme, white nationalist agenda scheme enough to comment on all that going on, but man. Okay. Thought I was gonna have a nice, relaxing 1-year anniversary reaction video, and here I am. White nationalist Ponzi schemes. Here we go. We're diving in. Let's go.
Where white men are on top, women are at home, fully dependent on their husbands, and where all resources are channeled towards the white middle and upper class in the form of billions in state subsidies. And the rest of society, poor people, non-whites, were left to fend for themselves in decaying urban centers, sucked dry financially by the parasitic suburbs around them. Car-centric planning became a weapon of choice for conservatives in order to maintain the unequal status quo. And this phenomenon isn't unique to America. In Europe, as our cities transition away from cars, the opponents of this change are almost always conservatives. While the incumbent Paris mayor campaigned on eliminating 50,000 parking spaces, her conservative opponent, who looks frankly diabolical even by French standards, wanted to halt decongestion measures. In Prague, a city overrun by cars, conservatives keep screaming about the cyclo-fascists ruining the city after a shadow is painted somewhere. Meanwhile, conservative district mayors are busy turning sidewalks into parking lots. In Madrid, the conservative city leadership cancelled the ultra-low emission zones, leading to local protests to bring them back. In Budapest, we have Orbán's far-right conservatives screaming about how there is a witch hunt against drivers by the new center-left mayor, and complaining how in inner-city Budapest it's
inner-city Budapest, it takes 24 minutes to drive from that location to the other location, and it takes 30 minutes to walk. Dude, why would you even want to drive? You save 6 minutes, but then you have to worry about parking your car and sitting in traffic and all that other crap. Dude, just walk. What are you even complaining for? Or 16 minutes with the tram. But I would just walk. 30 minutes walking? Dude, what are you talking about?
It was faster to walk now than to drive. Even in Germany, Bavarian conservatives are dumping money into highways while letting the rail network fall into disrepair. As a rule of thumb, in every
Deutsche Bahn? Question mark?
You'll also find conservatives screaming about the war on cars, the symbol of hierarchy in transportation, where the affluent suburban minority gets to occupy 80% of public space inside cities, compared to the more egalitarian space use of public transit and bicycles. God forbid you have to get out of a giant SUV of death and get on a plane with the peasants. Of course, upholding the conservative hierarchy isn't why suburbs are built today in the US. It's mostly just a necessary continuation of the Ponzi scheme that began with the first suburbs. Also, it's due to faulty zoning codes not allowing for mid-rise developments that would actually make more money for the city, increase density, and make public transit viable. In Europe, our suburbs are mixed, mixed, with both mid-rises, single and multi-family homes. They're an organic part of the city and contribute fairly to the local budget. There is also subsidized, affordable public transit. All in all, it's more egalitarian. And if the US situation sounds depressing in contrast, as an American, there are things you can do to potentially help change things. If there is a local transit riders union, go join it. Look if there are any initiatives on the ballot for traffic calming, bike lanes, etc. Show up to your local town hall meetings and advocate for zoning reform, ending parking minimums, and so on. If you're persistent enough, your ideas will be heard, and you can help push America back towards sensible, fair, more egalitarian urban planning, one neighborhood at a time.
I don't think that would work, to be honest. Unfortunately, I wish that it would. I don't think that it would, because I think America is too set in its ways now. The ball is already rolling downhill. It's going to take a lot to stop that momentum. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I would do if I were you. Thank you for watching. Oh, and by the way,
thanks, friend. Wow, another great video. And I learned a thing or two that I didn't in other videos, which is the white nationalist Ponzi scheme that is the American suburb. Who knew? I feel like it all comes down to money, to be honest, in America. Like, I think the automotive industry is so unbelievably huge in America that the people that are in charge and making the trillions of dollars from the automotive industry in America want to make America as drivable as possible to keep making more money, selling cars, selling fuel, selling tires, like selling pavement to pave roads, everything. There's just so much money in the investment that is automobiles and driving in America, and how it's necessary to drive in America. Too many people make too much money with too many vehicles that I think that it's going to be damn near impossible to change anything, at least anytime soon, unfortunately. But luckily there are some places in America that are not so bad, and as long as you choose to live there instead of choosing to live in one of these crazy giant neighborhood hellholes, then I guess you're fine. Maybe. I don't know, but I will turn the question over to you guys, the experts. What do you think of the video? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And while you're down there, check the links in the description. Get connected, join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, check out madewithhugs.com. Really fun, really awesome merchandise coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for 1 year of learning and laughing and loving. Learn, laugh, love. Thank you guys for all that stuff. But that's all the time that I have for today. As always, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.